So, no. I mean in the when we get into the game and everything, I'm gonna tell you guys which characters to choose. Oh, what the?
お断りですわ。何かっこつけてんのよ。まあいいでしょう。ごめん遊ばせ。大丈夫。まだ粘れる。
Weird that what? Why is it doing that? That's so dumb. Ah, Facebook, you're so annoying. I put in an old link, or I put in a link to the thing, and it but because I had to like change my stream settings or something, so it was like linking it to the wrong stream. So yeah. Alright, hopefully, I think that's fixed now, so it should be good. Alright. Alright, so first, Jay, I'm gonna need you to get onto the same side as me. And then, also, let's see. For now, Jay, I want you to choose Emperor, and I want you to take Jury Cell as your HP attack. And then, for Tyler, I want you to choose Sephiroth, and I want you to take Scintilla. Those should both be their first HP attacks, so you shouldn't have to worry about like having unlocked them. But I don't know what's up with Jay, if he's talking or not. Yay! It's the meeting of Jay and Tyler. It's good. I'm gonna wait a little longer because I'm pretty sure that more people wanted to watch, but there's not many people yet. But so we're gonna wait a little bit before we get started.
一人じゃダメだったの。痛いくらい本気なんだよ。一見の価値ありですわ。魔女でもいいの？一緒に帰ろうよ。お待ちなさいな。反省してます。準備バッチリ。一緒に帰ろうよ。
I'm worried that this is gonna go terribly, but you know, learning experiment. Hopefully. Yeah, so the plan is I'm gonna go through each of his bravery attacks, and then I'm gonna talk about, well, my first goal actually is to talk about movement on Tidus, and then after that I'm gonna go over each of his bravery attacks for when to use them, and why you're using them in those situations, and then after that I'm gonna go through the HP attack Slice and Dice and Spiral Cut, and I'm gonna talk about like why you would choose one of those over the other. Those are the two most common ones, so those are the only ones I'm gonna look at. Like honestly, if the other ones were like usable, I would talk about them, but I really don't feel like they are. And then I'm gonna talk about how to dodge each of them because they have different dodge timings. And then I'll go through his EX skill, his unique EX skill, the quick hit, as I'm able to, because obviously I can't just spam it out like a bravery attack and yeah. So alright, well, let's get started, guys. Tyler. I appreciate it. So yeah. You guys might not even get to do anything besides me beating up Tyler. You might not even be able to do anything for the first while, but for now that's what we're gonna be doing. Oh, and for the map, go to the Promised Meadow. Summon doesn't matter, I don't think. I'm not gonna try and go into detail about the summons or anything. Alright. So the first thing is movement on Tidus. So as I'm sure most people know, almost all of his attacks have to be done while dashing. You can't if you try to not dash and input an attack, it's gonna come out as a different attack. But a problem that I had when I was first learning how to play Tidus is that I felt like when I was dashing, and say I wanted to input the backwards one, I felt like I was forced to be dashing backwards while I had to do the input. But you can actually be dashing at any angle and then let go of the directional button, and your character will keep dashing in whatever direction you started in. And then you can input the direction at the very, like, when you want to do the move, instead of having to dash in that direction to begin with. So see how I'm dashing to the left here? The direction that it starts in is the left, but if I press up at the when I want to do the input, he does his forward bravery attack. Or similarly, if I wanted to do the dash to the left and then I input the backwards one, I don't have to be dashing backwards at the start of it. So that's a big thing for Tidus' movement. The next thing that I want to go over is obviously the different things that he can do out of his bravery attacks. So as you guys mostly know, they all start with this wait guys, can you leave the core there? I want to go over that later. Please don't attack the core. So so when you're dashing as Tidus and you input one of his directional bravery attacks in the air, you know that they start with a dodge that, like, either some kind of diving motion where he leaves these shadows behind him. And as it's quite obvious since I've been doing it this whole time, you can dodge out of that portion of the attack, and this can be used to gain height or lose height and reposition yourself around the enemy. So a big thing on top of that though is that you can like take your time with when you want to dodge out of it. These moves have a super long duration. So for example, look at how I'm 2 circles away from the Sephiroth. I got within like 1 circle of him, and that was just the input of the upwards one, and that's how long you have to choose when you want to dodge out of it, or if you want to use the bravery part of it, or not even use the second half of it, just dash in afterwards. So all of these movement options are things that you should keep in mind when you're playing Tidus, because he has all of these options, and you have to be sure that you're using it and mixing up the timings of when you do the dodge, when you choose to do which option. They're all very important. So that's the basics of movement as Tidus. So I'll start going over his bravery attacks now. The first one that I'm gonna go over is his ground neutral attack. So he has two attacks that he can do when he's not dashing. They're his ground neutral and his air neutral. So the ground neutral only has a range of 1 circle, so pretty much around this distance. And then it's a 2-input attack. Bro, I did not need that information, but that's whatever. So you're gonna do, so there's a 2-input attack. It's very fast. If you're wall rushed and the enemy messes up the timing for their connecting on an HP attack, for example, your ground neutral or your air neutral, which are the same move pretty much, are your best options for how to get out of that situation. They come out really fast, has a short animation, and it's really easy to just basically get off me. Just hit them twice and then back off. This move is not really your best option though, because it doesn't do that much damage and you can't really set up your allies very well with it. Its best use though is for breaking the core. So the air neutral and the ground neutral are your fastest ways of breaking the core. Each time you do the 2-input attack, it takes off 1/3 of the core. So you only use, it's a quick rotation of just slash slash and then dash slash slash dash. Unfortunately, I can't show you guys that right now. I'll have to wait until the core respawns. So I'll move on to his ground neutral dash. So this move has a range of about 1.5 circles. So right around here is where you would want to you'd want to start the input of the move. So I'm gonna back up a little bit so I can start dashing towards him. So what's important is that this move puts you into the air afterwards, which, as we know, most of the game takes place in the air. So that's something that's really cool. But the thing that I like the most about this move is actually its vertical range. So Tyler, I want you to jump once. Oh, whoops! I did the wrong move. My bad. Okay, wait. Sorry. So do it again. Sorry, I mistimed it. This is something that I can't really practice on my own. Okay. Okay, wait. Do 2 jumps instead. Do 2 jumps. Oh, I keep doing the wrong input. My bad. Not looking good right now. I'm waiting too long. So I don't know if you guys saw that, but it's kind of like Sephiroth teleported down to me. So do it again. Oh my gosh. I keep doing the wrong input. Okay. I don't know if you guys saw that just now, but it has an ridiculously high vertical hitbox for no reason. And it's kind of surprising. Oh, whoops. I keep doing that. I need to stop. So, this move, if you see someone is in the air, but they're in their landing animation, but they're coming back down towards you, you can use this to catch. Oh my God, you can use his neutral dash to catch them. If you time it correctly. I'm just timing it poorly right now, but believe me when I say that it has a good vertical hitbox on it. Right there, if you saw that. So it's a good move to use when you see the enemy is in the air and they're above you, and then they shield drop, for example. This is a good move to just catch them. And what's even better is that it sets up your teammates. So, Jay, if you can, while I'm doing it, I want you to use Jury Cell on him. Oh, whoops, my bad. I keep doing the wrong input. No, that was my bad. Okay, so Tyler, can you jump in and shield again? Oh my gosh! Wait, no. I need to stop doing the wrong input. That was my bad. Oh man, messing up like this is not looking good. Not looking good. I'm sorry, guys. And I'm supposed to be the one teaching you guys how to play Tidus. All right, let's try this again. So, as you can see, Jury Cell does not connect on this, but that's actually what I wanted to show. So I'm glad that it didn't connect. But the thing is that this move is one of your best setup options, but it's really hard to set up allies like Emperor who take Jury Cell because, what I mean is that it's good to set up your allies because it pretty much keeps the enemy motionless. So, when you're using your... Wait, actually, that's a perfect thing to do, Tyler. Can you do that again when you jump and then do that? Yeah, but do it when I'm closer to you. Yeah. Oh, really? That missed? What? I'm actually surprised that that missed. I feel like normally that would hit. Whoops. But yeah, you would think that his ground neutral dash would not hit when the Sephiroth is floating like that, but it does. Alright, I'm going to move on to his ground forward dash. So the ground forward dash, as I was showing earlier, it's a 3-input attack. The first one is the most important. It's the dodge. So he does a forward jumping arc like this, and you can use it to reposition yourself. So Tyler, move towards me over here. So, wait, stop. No, further back. Go further back. Okay, yeah, that's good. Stay, like, around here. Go around here, Tyler. Yeah. So, you can use the forward to go like that behind the enemy, and then wall rush them afterwards. So you can mix up your opponents when you're on the wall, and they think, oh, hey, I can wall rush you here. So, the first input is a dodge, as I said. So that's the most important part of it, because you can use it to go over moves. I remember that when the beta was here, I don't remember if the description for the characters is this, or like they still have those descriptions for the characters and stuff, but during the beta, it had a description for Tidus, and it said a player that knows how to use Tidus will make the enemy feel like they're being toyed with, and I completely agree with that description, because if you can predict the enemy's moves and dodge over them with his dodges like that, you can really make them annoyed. Like, it's so easy to just feel like you're toying with them. So yeah, unfortunately there's no setting to make the matches I wanted to make the matches as long as possible. I don't know if there is a thing for unlimited time, but yeah. So, can you guys, Tyler, can you choose Sephiroth again? But this time, Jay, choose can you take Furion with Lord of Arms? Alright, so, next I'm gonna go over, or I'm still on his ground forward dash, but I'm gonna start talking about, the dodge component of it, and specifically against Sephiroth. He's an enemy that I feel like you can have a really easy time doing this against, which is why I wanted to show it against him first. So, I believe Sephiroth's forward ground and forward air are the one where he does a long swipe forward. You can test that right now. I want to make sure it's the right move that I'm thinking of. Yep, that's the one. So, come over here, Tyler. Like, similar to earlier, that same spacing. So, yeah, do the forward ground. So, as you can see, it's really easy to just get over his head with it, because he has a pretty long tail over it. So you can pretty easily see him use it and then dodge over him like that. So, but now I want to try. Okay, Tyler, can you stand like around here? Okay. I need you to do it again, Tyler. Yeah. Yeah. Go back to like over here. Oh, I'm doing it too soon. Sorry, I wasn't ready that time. So, as you can see there, you can dodge it, go over his head, wall rush him, and then go in for the HP attack immediately afterwards. And the thing is that, because this has such a long time, you can actually do this kind of way ahead of when he does the forward. And his tracking gets all messed up because you're going over his head. And then if you mistime it, like how I did just then, you can just dodge out. You can just dodge out of it at the last second because you realize, oh, I'm not going to be able to get the dodge on the move and punish. So there's that, and then that's like the main. That's like the second most common way of using it is to dodge a move, get behind them, and then set it up for the wall rush. Now the main way that you'll see it used most likely is at the very start of a match where Tidus says, I want to gain height. So I'm just going to start spamming this, dodge out of it, spam it again, dodge out of it, and go like that. So, as you can see, you can use this to gain infinite height. You're not using any jumps. Because when he starts the arc, he gains height by doing that. And then if you dodge out of it, he will do that. The only downside is that it uses up part of the dash gauge, because you have to do the input at first. So it's slowly gonna whittle down your dash gauge, but it's like a very small downside. So the other thing is that this move, as I'm sure you can tell, or well, maybe not you sure can tell, but you're on the ground when you use it. This move does not hit well when people are above you. So Tyler, I want you to, oh no, never mind. It wouldn't work on Sephiroth. Healing us 2 jumps, so never mind. But actually, yeah, can you jump twice in and use that backwards aerial one again? Sorry, can you do it? Can you do it like, yeah. So as you can see, I went right beneath him. This move is not good for hitting above you. So I think that's what Tidus's weakest point is actually, is his inability to hit vertical enemies that are right above you or right below you. He has a really hard time doing that. Well, not necessarily right beneath you, but just in general above you and below you. You have to have proper spacing to hit enemies that are beneath you. If you're too close, you're not going to hit them. So I know you're asking me, how would you hit someone who's up there? I'll get to that later. But for now, I'm gonna. Oh yeah. So the other thing I wanted to talk about for this. Sorry, I'm looking down at my notes and realizing that I forgot something. So, the other thing I wanted to talk about for this move is that you can delay, similar to how you can delay when you do the dodge out of the first input. You can delay when you want to do the attack. So you can do it that late, or you could do it this early. There's many different timings you can do for it. You can do it at the height of your jump. You can do it late in the jump. And when you do it just depends on what you want. So in this scenario, right here, he has the wall to his back. So obviously, if I jump over him, I'm not going to get anything out of it. I'm not going to be able to wall rush him. I'm just going to knock him away if I land the attack. So at that point, you're pretty much just spamming the X button. You're doing the attack as soon as you can. So that's a huge mix-up for his thing. So Tyler, I want you to this is something that I see quite often when you're dashing towards someone, or you're dashing like you're looking for an opening, and then you use this. They immediately dodge because they're like, oh no, he's gonna use his attack on me. So they see you doing that, and then they immediately dodge. So Tyler, I want you to do just that. See me starting this part, and then dodge. Please don't do that. That's really scary. So yeah. Oh my gosh. L1 and in a direction. Come on, Tyler. Hasn't been that long since you played. Okay, you ready? So wait for me to start the animation of this animation where he's doing that dodge, yeah, and then immediately dodge, okay? So as you can see, you can wait for them to do the dodge. If they freak out like that and they dodge immediately, you can just wait on your input. Don't just spam it out, Tyler. I want you to reactively do it to me. You can't. It doesn't work if you're just spamming out dodges. So as you can see, you can. Oh wait, my bad. I got a little too far there. So you can do a lot of different things to mix them up like that. You can just delay the attack and then reactively input the attack portion, which is the second input of his forward dash. Or if they're like, okay, I know that he's gonna wait for me to dodge, so I'm just gonna dodge at the very last second to avoid his forward attack. Then you don't even input the attack at all. You go like this, and you dash in, and you can do his neutral air instead. You do the neutral dash, which is just holding on the R1 button, obviously, and then do the neutral dash instead. So that way you have two different mix-up options for. Or pretty much three different mix-up options when you go into the air with this. You can, yeah, and if they shield, you can just try and hold them there for your ally. So, Tidus has a lot of options for coming out of this. So that's what's really important, is that you keep in mind, and you're not just, if you just spam this out like that, if they freak out and they just immediately dodge, they're gonna dodge your attack. And a lot of people, this happens a lot of times when you catch them off guard. So when they're targeting your ally, and then they switch back to targeting you, and they see, oh shoot, he's really close, time to immediately dodge. Then that's when you catch them, and you're just waiting, and you're like, ah, they dodged. I can just input the attack now. So, obviously, as the enemy, you can, if you see that the Tidus has been doing this a lot, where he's kind of waiting for you to mess up, you can just not do anything really, and you can kind of wait to react to what he does. You can dodge the move when you see him input the attack. Or you can shield it, or you can, there's a lot of things, but that's what I mean by Tidus can mix up the enemy really, really well with just this one move. And the thing is that he can do this with all of his moves, all of his dash attacks like that. You can just input them all super late or super early. That looked really weird. That sounded like it hit you, but then it didn't. Anyway, so that's his ground forward, and that covers a lot of the stuff that overlaps with his air forward and air backwards. So now I'm going to talk about his ground backwards. This is one that has a lot of uses that I think people don't realize. So obviously it's his only projectile for Tidus, and it sucks, honestly. As a projectile, it's really terrible. It has low priority, short range, and it's like you're not a marksman. Why are you throwing out projectiles? But what's good about the move is that it travels really fast, and for Tidus, he can actually use it for micro spacing. So Tyler, start using your the neutral brave. Oh, never mind. We'll do it in the next one. I should have made the time unlimited. I think that was an option, but I think I just missed it. Should have made the matches unlimited time. Alright, so the thing I want to talk about on his backwards, what I mean by microspacing is that you can actually use that first component of the attack where he kind of, you see Tidus slip backwards and then throw the projectile out, and you can actually use that to dodge someone's attack. And I see this especially often on neutral braveries that have short range. Actually, wait. Tyler, can you take Jecht this time? So, you can use it to dodge a lot of moves. The most common ones are short range neutral attacks. So a good example is Jecht's neutral attack, and then dash attacks on enemies. You can use that little slip that he does at the beginning to dodge the attack, and then immediately punish your projectile. And most often you're gonna do this at the beginning of a match to just knock the opponent away and then start getting in on the other two. So Tyler, I want you to start using, just use his neutral. So I wasn't close enough there. Yeah. So around here. Yeah. So as you can see there, the other thing is that with Jecht in particular, there's a reason I wanted to have him choose Jecht in particular, and it was that Tyler, don't just input the 3 inputs. So don't hit me, don't hit me. Oh, from over there. Yeah. So as you can see, Jecht will do the full combo like that, and even if he's not hitting anyone. So you can do it like this, where you see that he's doing the first 2 inputs, he misses, and he's gonna do the third. So you just input the backwards bravery to dodge the 3rd hit, and also immediately punish it with the projectile. So I see a lot of Jets do this, especially if they're bad, because they're just mashing the X button and they don't know that his thing is a combo extender, that it's gonna go off regardless of whether they hit an enemy or not. So you can just use this to space around the hit of his attacks. My gosh. So that's what I use it for, is to punish enemies immediately after you see that they're gonna whiff on a move. Especially if they have end lag like that, where he does a full combo. That's when you're gonna wanna do the input. But now I want to show the dash. I think this will also work with Jecht's dash attack. Can you do it, Tyler? I'm not sure if I'm thinking of the right one. His dash attacks. You have to input it at the same time as dashing. Don't let go of the dash button, Tyler. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so do it. Oh, whoops, my bad. Wrong move. Do it. So just like that. You see that he's gonna try and use it on you, and then you have to kind of reactively punish with the ball. And it has just enough range that pretty much all melee attacks you'll be able to dodge it, and also you'll be in range to punish with the blitz ball. I would not recommend using the blitz ball on a marksman, because there really isn't a time where you can just punish them with the blitz ball when you really should. Like, there isn't a time when you would be able to punish them with the blitz ball that you wouldn't be able to just normally rush in and attack them. So this move is primarily used against melee characters who are rushing at you. So if you're being chased by a melee character, like if the Jecht was chasing me, and then say I saw that he caught up to me, right? So he's gonna use an attack. Then that's when you use the backwards ground. Doing it too slowly, but yeah. So that's the use of the backwards ground. It has slightly. It can track slightly vertically. I think if the enemy jumps once, it'll be able to hit them. Tyler, can you do that? Jump once and then use. Yeah, I know. So jump once and then input your backwards bravery. Yeah, like that. So you'll float in the air. So, sorry. Can you do a full jump? So hold down the circle button so you're higher. So it has slight vertical tracking, as you can see, but if you do 2 jumps and then do it, it's not gonna hit. That's pretty much the maximum range of it. Is if the enemy jumps twice, you're not gonna be able to hit them. So it really is just used for outplaying the enemy when they're on the same level as you, which, as I mentioned, that's pretty much what Tidus specializes in. Is outplaying the enemy on the ground, or when they're on the same level as you. So, I want to show something again with his forward ground. So Tyler, input his backwards ground again, or your backwards brave. So if you're playing against a Jecht or someone who has a counter, and you see that they're trying to bait out your attack with their counter, then you can dodge over them. Wait for the counter to end, and then input the attack. That one was wrong, but yeah. And you can do this kind of reactively. Tyler. No, I mean keep doing it. So you can just, for Jecht block, his doesn't last as long as an actual counter. I should have actually had you, I guess I forgot about talking about this with Scintilla, but Jecht block is quick. So if you see him just dash up to you and use Jecht block, because they want to bait out an attack from you, right? They want that juicy counter from you. Then you can just do like this. You can wait, because as I said, that first input has so much time where you are just left with a ton of options that you can just wait for his Jecht block to be over. Alright. So that covers his ground moves. Oh yeah, I'll show you guys breaking the core with the... So his ground neutral and his air neutral are the same. As you can see, breaking the core is extremely fast for Tidus. It's not as fast as Cloud, but it's still pretty fast. And that's his best option for breaking the core, is to use his ground neutral or his air neutral. Alright. So I'll go over his air forward and his air backwards first. So, similar to the one on the ground, the air forward, he starts with this dodge. And I'll explain when you're going to want to use this. So, air forward, you're going to want to use when an enemy is beneath you. Air backwards, you're basically going to want to use if the enemy is above you. The only exception, in my opinion, is if the enemy is on the ground like this. Then you can use your backwards dash to start that initial dive towards them, and then get onto the same level as them. But generally, if they're at a lower level than you, then you're gonna want to use his forward and and then attack down like that. Because when he's coming out of the arc, his input goes downwards. So it seems kind of counterintuitive. You go up to attack down, or you go down to attack up. It seems really weird, but that's how it works really on Tidus. That was really weird, the angle it sent you at. But that should not have wall rushed you. But yeah. So if they're basically, that's how it is. If they're beneath you, you're gonna want to do the forward one, but as I said, Tidus can have a hard time attacking people who are beneath him. Because, obviously like that, you can see he just kind of goes right over them. So you need to have the right spacing to hit them. You wanna, basically, you can think of it as Tidus traces out the arc of a protractor. And when you do the second input of his forward, you're deciding where on that protractor you're gonna start your attack coming in towards the center from. I think that's like how I visualize it in my head. So you're gonna wanna choose when you do the second input based on where the enemy is beneath you. I mean, like relative to your position. So as you can see, like there, you'll know that it's gonna hit. But if I input the attack up there, then there's like a high. If I like into it right here, where I'm kind of right above him, it's pretty hard for Tidus to hit him. You have to be at a specific like there. It worked out because I was at the right height. But if you're like here, you're gonna obviously miss him. So you're gonna have to wait longer. Or you can input it earlier. Those are your two options. But yeah, when they're on the ground like that, you do not want to input it when you're right above them, because you're just gonna miss. And that's what you get for freaking out. That was weird. That should not have connected. Anyway. The same kind of goes for his backwards ground. So now, Tyler, can you jump twice and then input the backwards ground so you're in the air? So as you can see, I input the attack right when I was like right beneath him. It just kind of missed. That just is how it goes. But actually, yeah. Can you jump? We have to wait until the next one. But next time, can you? Let's have you jump 3 times so that you're even higher above me. Because I want to show that while Tidus can have a hard time hitting people beneath him, his backwards dashing attack is really good at hitting people above him. Yeah. Let's see. I'll have you guys stick on those characters for now. Yeah. So, yeah. So his backwards dash attack is what you're going to want to use for enemies who are above you. Alright. So yeah, Tyler, can you jump 3 times? So as you can see, Tidus gains a lot of height from this. He goes really high up. And it looks bad right now, but as I was saying, I'm getting too close to him. Sorry, hold on. Okay, do it again. There, that's as you can see how he hits people who are above him. I'm doing it too close to you. I need to be farther away when I do the input. Okay. So, that's the first and the most important use of it, is hitting people who are above you. And it's also for catching people who are falling down. So, do 3 inputs, Tyler, and then shield afterwards. Shield, don't do the block, shield. This, yeah, there you go. I was again too close to him when I did it. I'm getting too close to you. Okay? Tyler, yeah. So you can catch people who are guarding like that. And obviously you're kind of thinking like, well, what's the point of catching them like that? It's really just to throw them away, get them out of the fight, and then rush in and help your allies. That's the point of doing it when they're guarding. The other thing is that you can do it and then you can try and hold for your teammates if you see they're looking at the same target and they're within range to help you. You can only do the first input and then just hold it. So, alright Tyler, this time, come further away, like over here. Come over here. So, yeah. So, oh, whoops. So if you dash towards them like this, you're under them, and say they're late on doing the get up. So don't, Tyler, don't do the get up immediately, but you know what I mean? The get up animation after you get hit by pressing the jump button. Don't do it immediately. Wait a little bit and then do it, but long enough that you're still in the air. I mean, like, wait a short enough time you're still in the air. So if they're still in the air when they do the get up and they're above you, you can rush forward like this and then dive under them, waiting for their get up to start, their get up animation, and then you can sometimes catch them off guard if you dive under them and then input the second input, the attacking portion of his dive, and you can catch people off guard like that. So yeah, so to recap on his aerial moves, the forward one is what you want to use on enemies that are beneath you, and then his backwards one is you want to input for enemies that are above you. Oh, and also like his forward one, how you can cancel that first input with a dodge, you can do the same thing with the down one. So if you're coming towards an enemy, so say you're going towards Jecht and you see him do his Jecht block, and you're like, you get freaked out, so you just dodge backwards and you're like, okay, I'll leave this guy alone. I'll just back off for now, you know. I'll let him chill. Not messing with that guy. So you can also sometimes freak out enemies by doing that. If you do the first input and then you see that they dodge, then you can just kind of freak them out like that. The other thing is that on Tidus's, when you're going down like this, if you touch the ground, you can immediately shield. You can shield out of the animation. So that's another mix-up that you can do out of these, is that since this is cancelable, you can mix up enemies by shielding out of it. So alright. That takes care of his bravery attacks. I'm gonna move on to, oh, since I have it, I'll show you his EX skill. So I don't know if I can get the camera angle right on this one. I might have to have Jay take Tidus instead. But so I want to make the most use out of this one use of it that I have. Alright, so first off, it has really good range. The EX skill has about 1.5 circles of range. So if I was right about here, it'll hit Tyler. And this is, I see Jay is moving into position. I think he knows what's coming. This is a great move for setting up your allies. This is like, if you wanna confirm a kill on an enemy and you have an ally looking at them, and it's like, say your ally has 3,500 brave, you know, they can kill anyone on the enemy team, and you're like, we need to get this kill right now. You would want to use his EX skill for Tidus, because this is one of the best holding skills in the game. It keeps the enemy still for so long. So I'm gonna use it here, and then Jay, just HP attack him. You know, I'm sure you expected that. Obviously, as you can see, it's very easy for your ally to just see that the enemy is caught in this long animation, and then they just start using they just use their HP attack because they're like, oh sweet, free setup. So I know I watched Techno Odin's video on this, and he was like, if you see a Tidus using this on an enemy, please never HP attack them before, or like bravery attack them and knock them out of it, because Tidus loves to have this. Like, I don't care. If you see a Tidus using quick hit on an enemy and you have the opportunity to HP attack that guy, do it, because it's always going to be worth it. Tidus is going to be stuck in that long animation, so the whole time when Tidus is doing his quick hit, he's vulnerable the whole time. So it's like a double-edged sword, you know, it's like Squall. Squall has these really long animations, and he leaves the enemy vulnerable, but also himself. It's the same thing with Tidus. So, Jay, this time, like, do it as soon as you see the animation start on quick hit. So as you can see, the animation continues regardless of whether the enemy got hit out of it or not. And for a Tidus, the only thing that he gains from quick hit is that if the last hit of the attack connects, so say the enemy isn't getting knocked out of it, it'll restore your dash gauge entirely. So you could be completely empty on dash gauge, and then if you get the last hit on quick hit, it'll be completely restored. And obviously, quick hit, or I guess not obviously, but quick hit can be, you can dash cancel out of it, or shield cancel, or dot. It's like, it counts as a regular bravery attack, so you can cancel out of it when you land the last hit. But oh yeah, so it refills his dash gauge, and then also it increases the restoration rate of the said gauge. So this time I'll just show you when I get the last hit on it. So I have no dash gauge right now, obviously, and then it gets refilled. So it does also, while this move is Tidus' best setup attack, it's also his most damaging attack. I think it does 900 bravery damage, I could be wrong, but I think it does that much. So, sorry, needed to drink some water. Yeah, so the other thing that it's good for is interrupting enemies. Because quick hit has a ring and a half of range, you can use it to get to targets who are attacking your allies from really far away. And Tidus moves really fast during it too. He closes in that 1.5 circles really quickly. So it's a really good move to save your allies, and while you're saving them, you're setting them up for an HP attack. A good comparison to draw between is Lightning's Army of One. I think that quick hit is better because I think that quick hit doesn't move the enemy as far. I think Tidus keeps them stationary longer, or like, he's not pushing the enemy away, he's kind of just keeping them stationary while he rains blows on them, but he doesn't move the enemy further and further away. So that's why I think quick hit is an easier setup for an ally than Lightning's Army of One is, even though they're very similar moves. Alright. Last, I will, or not really last, but yeah, so next I'm gonna move on to the 2 HP attacks, Slice and Dice and Spiral Cut. So, this time, Jay, I want you to take, I want you to choose Tidus. And I believe Spiral Cut is his first HP attack, so you should be able to choose that even if you don't have him leveled up. Wait. Did you already lock in or no? Can you choose Shantoto instead? Alright, so I'll start with Slice and Dice. Slice and Dice, it's the one that I see Tidus's take the most often, honestly. It's the one that, I don't know, it's just so much fun to use, you know, from a player standpoint. You're wrapping the enemy in this giant sphere of water. Tidus goes through this long animation where he's just swirling around them and raining blows, and it just feels good to use, right? But so that's the thing, is that it's good in the sense that it protects you from melee characters really well. Most melee characters will have a really hard time of interrupting it. I would say some of the best people that can interrupt it are probably the Dawn with free energy, and then like the wave HP attacks like Furion's Shining Wave, or sorry, not Shining Wave, but yeah, that's War of Lights, but what's it called? Furion's Lord of Arms. And so those obviously will interrupt it, but if you use it on, say, the enemy Marksman, and there's like only an assassin is in range to, or is gonna get to you in time to try and interrupt it, it's most likely that they're not gonna be able to interrupt it. Most likely they'll just get caught inside of it. And there's actually a lot of attacks that people like. For example, Lightning's Crushing Blow. If she tries to use it on you, I think like 80% of the time she's just gonna dive into the Slice and Dice and then get caught in it as well. Even though it seems like she should have this huge hitbox on her dive. So I guess I'll show you guys what Slice and Dice looks like once. So as you can, I don't know if you guys saw it there. Actually, I'll do it kind of just on your dead body, but it has a slow startup. He does kind of like this half back circle dive, and then he launches himself towards the enemy. And it's during the launching part that he has the hitbox. So, hold on, Tyler, can we move towards the wall? Come like where I am, so that I can wall rush you. Alright, so something cool that you can do with Tidus, because it has such a not a super slow startup, but it has a relatively slow startup, you can actually catch people who dodge with it. If they freak out and they immediately dodge, yeah, you can catch their dodge with Slice and Dice. So say like you're dashing towards the enemy and then they see you, and instead of trying to counterattack or anything, yeah, they just dodge because they're scared. Okay, well, I wasn't in range there, but you can see how Tidus was tracking them during their dodge. Another thing you can do is that if I should have oh wait, okay, Jay, can you wall rush Tyler? I'm gonna start dashing from like this far back, and then Tyler. So as you can see, I'm like really far from him, right? There's no way I'm gonna be able to rush in and use my HP attack. But if you know that the enemy's gonna freak out and they're gonna dodge immediately after, or like as soon as they get off of the wall, because they're like, I need to dodge this guy's attack. So they're just mashing the dodge button while they're stuck on the wall. Then you can read that and input your attack, knowing that they're gonna dodge too early, and then you'll catch them. So I want to try and show that if we can. Oh, I did it too early. But yeah. The other oh, I really want to show this. Okay, can we try that again? Like that, except I needed to be closer. I just started it at the wrong distance. Oh, maybe it can't catch dodges. Am I just like dumb? Oh, there we go. Okay. So, as you can see, if you know that they're gonna dodge, one thing that I like to do is I like to dash up to an enemy on the wall and then just land and then input the attack. Because a lot of times they get freaked out because they see that you land and then they see that you input it late. And because you input it late, it makes them think, oh, I can dodge out of that. And then they dodge too early and then they get caught. So, that's pretty much Slice and Dice. Slice and Dice is a good HP attack, but it also leaves you in very vulnerable because of that long animation he goes through while he's attacking the enemy. He's obviously very open to any kind of surge HP attack, which is any of those ones that are like pillars, so Meteor, Shantoto's Divine Malaysian, Apocalypse, any of those are gonna catch you if you're trying to use it. And then any wave attack will also hit you if you're trying to use it on an enemy while someone with a wave attack like Renoa's Meteor is probably the most common one. Those will definitely hit you, so you're gonna want to be careful about when you use it. But honestly, in solo queue, people are like so non what's it called? They have such poor map awareness that I feel like you get away with it a lot of the time. So if you like Slice and Dice, just go ahead and use it. Like honestly, unless you're at like, I feel like maybe Adamant or higher, you'll get punished for it. But probably if you're lower than that, you're 90% of the time you won't get punished for it, and then you'll just feel good because you get to go through this long animation and hit someone. So now we'll show Spiral Cut, which is where Jay is gonna come in. So Spiral Cut is similar to his foreground or his forward and backwards dash in the air, in that it has a dodge component at the start actually. So if you can use it, Jay. So you can see how whenever Tidus does one of his dodging moves, he leaves these blue shadows behind him, and the same kind of thing appears when he uses Spiral Cut. And that can actually make it really hard in my experience. I guess maybe it depends on the person, but in my experience it makes it slightly hard to interrupt a Tidus who's trying to use Spiral Cut on your ally, because he goes up slightly before coming down when he uses the HP attack. You can see that the shadows that follow him, they rise up and then they come down. And that slight increase in air, if an enemy is dashing towards you and then they try to interrupt the attack, if they don't have a good vertical reach on their attack, it might just miss Tidus, and his HP attack will just go off instead of it being interrupted. So the second thing is that, like Slice and Dice, Spiral Cut has a slight Bravery attack. If the enemy is in the air and you come down on top of them with Spiral Cut, it'll be doing Bravery damage the whole time you're falling with them. But even if they're just on the ground, so you can see here that Shantoto has 1872 Bravery. If Spiral Cut is used directly on top of him, the Bravery will go down, even though there wasn't really any vertical. They weren't in the air and coming down with Spiral Cut. But something that can happen with Spiral Cut is that the Bravery portion doesn't connect, but Spiral Cut has a hitbox in front of it when Tidus lands. There's an explosion that appears in front of him. So let me see if I can get in a position to see this from Jay. Alright, Jay, can you use it? So you can see how there is this whole area in front of him that was an explosion around here. that whole area is a hitbox for the HP portion of the attack. And it doesn't do any bravery damage, but it'll do the HP portion of it. So you can like catch people off guard if they're not really paying attention and they're just dashing kind of towards you, and you use Spiral Cut, and then the hitbox just appears in front of you, and it actually goes pretty high into the air. I think it'll catch like someone who's 2 jumps up, it'll catch them. So that part of it is really good in terms of that, and then unlike Slice and Dice, it doesn't leave you vulnerable it doesn't leave you vulnerable during the attack because the animation is pretty short. So you can, something that I see some Tiduses do is that they'll lock onto the core and then they'll use Spiral Cut on it. And if a melee character is trying to come in from the opposite side, they'll get hit because the HP hitbox pops up on the other side of the core when the Tidus uses Spiral Cut. So if you can try it, Jay. You can see that if there was a melee person who was here and trying to attack the core, they would have gotten hit by that. And it's just like something that you can do. It's not the optimal way to attack the core as Tidus because it takes so long for the attack to go off and finish. But I mean, in terms of like if you just want to crack the core as soon as possible. But it is a good way to punish melee characters who are trying to go after the core. Those are his 2 most common HP attacks that I see Tiduses use. Alright, so that takes care of all of Tidus' attacks. I'm now gonna try and go into how to approach enemies, especially Marksman, because obviously Tidus is an assassin, so he's gonna want to try and get in on Marksman the most. So, Tyler, I want you to stay on Shantoto, and then, Jay, can you actually, I guess you can choose, Jay. You can either switch to Yuna and take either, Holy or Great Whirl, it's up to you. Or you can just stay on Tidus, it's up to you. I have things that I can say for either one of those options. Alright, so Tyler, I'm going to hit you at the very start so that you're in your angry mode. Because I want to talk about certain projectile, or because like it's easier to show when you're in your angry mode. I like the Leviathan choice, Jay. And then I'm also gonna take Spiral Cut so that you guys see what it looks like from the Tidus' perspective. So, I want to see if I can space this properly. I want to show you guys just the HP hitbox of it. See if I wait. Don't move, Tyler. Don't move. I think. Yep. Oh nope, that was too close. But as you can see, the Bravery portion landed. Maybe if I go like around here, this will be far enough away. Yeah, if I need to get a tiny bit closer. Ah. Okay, wait. I want to show you guys just the HP portion of it landing. Just to show that it's possible. Oh my gosh, you're standing like right in front of the hitbox. It's so, okay. No, I got too close. Okay, whatever. Screw it. I'm not gonna show it. Who cares? But just know that the hitbox is there, guys. Like, trust me. I swear to God, it's there. Yeah. So that's exactly the move I want you to use, Tyler. I want to show you guys how to poise through it. So, when you're approaching a marksman, as I said, they're on the ground. So, we're on the ground right now. So you have two options. You can either use his neutral dash to get in, and you're gonna want to use the neutral dash when you want to poise through the enemy's projectiles. So Tyler, use that move you were just using. Yeah. Wait. Sorry. Ugh. Okay. I did it too early. My bad. As you can see, the second projectile hit me, but I continued the attack. So that's Tidus' main way of poising through it. You can also try and dodge over them. Tyler, can you come a little forward? Yeah, so you can also try and dodge over it. Oh, wait. I need to do it reactively to you. You can dodge over it like that and go over their head and try and hit them. Those are your basic ways on how you get in on Marksman. But in general, his neutral braveries are the ones that will poise through it most consistently. And also, because he's in this dodging animation at the start, he can actually get hit during that. If you try to... Okay, wait. Tyler, can you do it again? Oh, wait. My bad. Again? Oh, my bad. Well, I am looking terrible right now. There we go. So as you can see, he can poise through it with both of his neutrals, like that. Alright, so next, I want to show you guys what I mean by he can get hit while he's dodging. I'm gonna have to... I should have showed this first, actually. I don't know why I tried to show the poising first. I'm gonna kill Tyler so that he's back in his, when he starts. When you have these huge, like, Shantotto, when she's in her normal phase before she's gotten hit by an HP attack, all of her projectiles are huge. So if you try to go over it, a lot of times you're gonna get hit. Like that. You're just gonna, like... Oh, I should talk about... Okay, so what I'm reacting to for when I do the input of the attack is when I see the red line on the enemy that's targeting me, or when I see the line change to red. That's one indicator. Another indicator is how Shantotto gets this aura around her when she's using a magic attack. That's when I know to input the attack. So if she's not in her if she's gotten hit by an HP attack before, so she's not in this mode, you can try and jump over it when you see the aura and punish the bravery attack afterwards. But generally, you're gonna want to try and poise through the projectiles. So I think I did that too late. Yeah. Let me, instead of dashing around, let me just do that instead. That's how you're gonna want to get in on, and I'm using Shantotto in particular because she has both of those types of bravery attacks. Ones that are just these huge orbs that have high priority, and other attacks that take a while and have multiple hits. So that's what I want to show. Okay, now I want to show setting up your allies. So Jay's time to shine. He has arrived. So as I said earlier, your best tool for setting up your allies is your two neutral dash attacks. They go through pretty long animations, and they keep the enemy generally stable. It's really easy for your marksman especially if they have a search attack or an attack that's gonna place a hitbox that's big on top of them, like Great Whirl. Those two work particularly pretty well because they just see the enemy is being hit, and then assuming the Tidus, assuming the Tidus does it correctly, as you can see, Tidus was all the way out here in his attack. He was far away from the Marksman, from the Shantoto, but Shantoto was pretty much in the same space. She didn't really move that much. So a lot of moves on assassins, when you're trying to set up your teammates, they move the enemy a lot. So for example, if I were to try and set him up with my forward, you can see how I push the Shantoto pretty far during it. So if also in particular, my backwards dash, that one like pushes them from over here all the way to like over here. So if they're using a move or if they just do the input too early, they do it at the very start of your attack, they're not going to be able to connect with you. You're going to push them too far. But Tidus has two great options. He has both his neutral dash on the ground, and then also his neutral dash on the, I said on the ground and I did it in the air. His neutral dash in the air, and then his neutral dash on the ground. Both of those are really good options for setting up your teammates. And then the one I talked about earlier, his unique EX skill, quick hit, which keeps them very still. Those are your two best options for setting up your teammates, or your three, sorry. And the thing is that with Tidus' attacks, this is something that a lot of people complain about, but it's true. There's like, because Tidus moves so much during his attacks, if there's lag in the game, it gets really hard to interrupt him. Because it's like, where he is just changing so quickly, and it's like the game can't keep up with him. He just moves so quickly, and so far. So, these moves are not only safe to use, generally, but they're good for setting up your teammates. So, if the Shantoto had another ally on her side, and I was using this attack, Shantoto is all the way over there, and I'm all the way over here, and I can just dodge out of the second input, and I already have, just from those two inputs, I've already created a lot of distance between the Shantoto and me. And if her allies are on the opposite side running towards me, I have a lot of distance between them too. So that's one of Tidus' really good spots, or really good points, sorry, not spots, is that he moves so far during his attacks that it is really safe. Alright, so now I'm gonna try and show the opposite perspective. I want Jay to be the Tidus, and then I'm gonna be the Marksman, and he's gonna set me up so that you guys can see what it looks like. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to talk. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's not that important. Yeah. So I want to show Yuna with Holy. Do either of you have I highly doubt this. Do either of you have Zidane with Solution 9? Okay, never mind. I was thinking about trying to show something with him, but never mind. Alright. So, this time, yeah, Jay, you're gonna take Tidus, and I'll take Yuna with Holy. Oh, okay, and then Tyler, you can choose Shantoto again, but can you take Salvation Scythe instead?
最後かもしれないだろ。
私の足を引っ張らないことね。楽しい試合にしましょう。
Alright, Jay. Set me up. Neutral dash. Yeah, it's weird on Tidus because you have to... I know, that's his forward one. You have to input... So the way I would do it is start your dash, and then let go of whatever direction you inputted the dash in originally. Don't let go of the analog stick. And your character will continue to dash, right? And then input the X button just as you're doing the dash, and he'll do the neutral attack. Or he'll do... Wait. I think... That's weird. I think you got too close to Shantoto and your dash ended there. Make sure you don't let go of the dash button. That might be another thing you're doing. That's so weird. Because like I can do it on Yuno where I'm just dashing and then I hit X and she does her dash attack. So it should be the same for Tidus, no? Yeah, like that. So I was pretty late on that one actually, but I wanna show how Shantoto stays pretty still during your thing. So do it again. It's alright. So what I wanna showcase here is that you don't have to wait when you're a marksman and you see that the Tidus is what's it called? Is setting you up. You don't have to wait. A lot of assassins, because they move so much during their attack, they have to. As a marksman, you have to wait for the right time to use your HP attack. But if you see that the Tidus is setting you up with their neutral attacks, his neutral attack, you can pretty much just press square as soon as possible, and it'll connect. So I wanna try and show that. Oh. Yeah. My bad. Oh, okay. I guess you do have to wait. I thought that the enemy stayed pretty still, but I guess I was wrong. So I guess you do have to wait. But I'll turn this into something that's better, I guess. So you can see from being able to see the Tidus's animation this time instead of being so close to him. You can see what it looks like when the two attacks of his are going through. And another thing that's good about Tidus when he's setting up like that is that it's pretty obvious as an ally. It's pretty clear that he's done two attacks. Like you know, it's really obvious. Whereas I feel like other characters like Zidane, for example, their neutral attack, it's kind of hard to tell how many inputs of the attack they've done. Yeah. So, all right. So now, Jay, do the neutral dash, but in the air instead of on the ground. So just you don't have to jump actually. You can just input a regular dash, because if you input a dash, it puts you in the air. Alright. So now, we're gonna see if, we will test Jay and see whether or not he can do this, but now I want to show, in particular, characters who have wave attacks. So, right now, Shantoto with, Salvation Sight is one such example. So, wave attacks, when they're targeting you, it comes out kind of slowly like that. So, Jay, that attack that you were inputting on accident before, where you're jumping over them, his forward jump, I want you to do that when you see the Salvation Scythe, when you see that Tyler uses Salvation Scythe. Like, when you're dashing towards him. Not... Sorry, Tyler, I need you to use it when he's, like, right in front of you. Like, over here. Sorry, I should have said that beforehand. My bad. So, yeah, do that again. Yeah, so... because of the way that the dash works, when you see that she uses Salvation Scythe, if you know that or you see that it's coming out, you can dodge out of your jumping dodge to avoid it. So this time, Jay, do the jump when you're like as close to him as possible. And then don't dodge out of it. Just continue going behind him. Yeah, and Tyler, I want you to make sure you're using the HP attack before Jay starts the jump. Yeah. Way too late. Yeah, so Jay, wait. Jay, you don't have to stress and use it. React to seeing him use it and do the input. I saw you freak out again there. He definitely used Salvation Scythe after you did the jump. But no, it's fine. You're just freaking out. You have to just know that he's gonna do it and then just reactively do it. So when you see that it says like Salvation Scythe above Shantoto's head, that's when you do the input of the forward attack. Yeah. You're doing it too early again. But it's alright. I don't think it's alright. I'll do it instead. So, no, it's fine. So, there's different timings that you can do the jump at, but I want to show that I'm like 90% certain on this, but it depends on when exactly you do the input, that you can actually dodge wave attacks by using it. Because the enemy's model doesn't have enough time to turn around and hit you. However, I do not recommend using this on Dark Flame because that one has a different timing entirely. Oh wait, Jay. Go on the enemy team and choose Tidus and take a Spiral Cut. Yeah. Because I forgot that I wanted to show how to dodge his HP attacks. And, yeah. I just forgot that I wanted to show that. Yeah, so we'll start with trying to jump over Shantoto's head while she's using Salvation Scythe. Also, there are people watching. If you guys like have stuff you want me to talk about or discuss, please let me know. Meanwhile, I just have this one comment left on my screen for the whole thing. Alright, Tyler, you ready? Nope, that was perfectly fine actually. That was perfectly fine actually. So let's do it again. Like that. So you can react to him doing it, and if you do it immediately, I did it too late there. You have to do it as soon as you see it come out. It's really slow. I'm just glad that people are watching and paying attention. It's hard to tell, you know. Sometimes they're just there, but they're not actually there. So yeah. Tyler, you ready? Yeah. Oh, sorry, I wasn't ready that time. Okay, go. It's really hard to do, but if you have reaction times of a god. Wait, I'm getting too far away now. I need to be closer to you. I need to be dodging. I need to be dashing at you. Okay, ready? Yeah, there's like a lot of different things that can mess it up. But that's the other thing is another thing is that if you mess this up, you will get hit. So, shoot. Yeah. So I said that you can dodge it with it, but really, you shouldn't try to do it. You should just see that it's being used on you, and if you start the jumping animation, then you're gonna wanna. I did it too late there. You're gonna wanna dodge out of it at the right timing. And as I was going over earlier, that's what is something that is really, really strong about Tidus, is that he can change the timing of when he dodges out of it. So, oh gosh, okay. Wait. Okay. I thought you counting down was gonna be when you did the input, not when it came out. But sorry. It's alright. So you don't need to count down. But yeah. So if you see that they start using a wave attack like that, you're gonna wanna and say you're in the middle of your jump, so then you're gonna just wanna dodge at the right time. And I like it that Tidus can do that because it gives him so much mobility, basically. Tidus is just so mobile by being able to do that. Alright, well, let's move on to how to dodge Spiral Cut, because this move is, honestly, I still have trouble with this sometimes. So, Jay, go ahead and use it on me whenever you're ready. So, as you can see, Tidus goes through this arc. I think I still have Spiral Cut. Yeah, he goes through this arc. When he does it, you're gonna want to dodge. There's I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's this part right there. I'll try and do it again, actually. Now, where there's like that slight pause in Tidus' animation before he slams down on the ground. That's kind of when you want to dodge. So do it again, Jay. There. That's when you'd want to dodge. And you'll consistently be able to dodge it like that. Oh, I thought you were gonna try and do it. Yeah, like that. I want to confirm that this works on Marksman too, because I know that different types of characters have different dodge startup animations. So Tyler, see when he pauses right. Oh, my bad. I didn't realize I was that close to you. So see how he pauses right there before he slams down on the ground with it? That pause is when you're gonna want to dodge. Yep. Oh, darn. Okay. What direction did you dodge there? Did you dodge backwards into the side, or did you dodge like straight to the side? Okay. Yeah, try it. Dodge forward. Okay. Yeah. So that's how you're gonna want to dodge it, basically. The only exception is when Tidus uses this on you, and you're on the ledge. You're on a ledge. If you're on like close to a ledge, or it's not that they have different dodge speeds. I think they might have different dodge ranges. I'm not sure. I feel like that though. I can't confirm, but yeah. Try dodging to the side again, Tyler, because I know that I'm pretty sure that's how Jay dodged it. Oh yeah, there. See, so you can dodge it like that. I don't know why you got hit the first time. That's weird. Maybe you input a slightly backwards, like diagonal dodge. But yeah, so that pause on Spiral Cut is your cue to dodge. That's when you're gonna want to dodge. Yeah. But it seems like it doesn't really matter. They're both able to dodge it at that timing, so... Are you ready? Are you ready, Tyler? Yeah, so that's basically how you dodge Spiral Cut. Once you know that timing and you know that cue, it's pretty easy as long as you're looking at the Tidus. So now, I say that and then I get hit by it. Oh man, that's pretty funny. But yeah. So say you're not targeting the Tidus when he uses this. So use it on me, Jay. Now that I'm not targeting you, use it on me. Use it on me. You're gonna wanna like. At this point, you just have to pretty much know the timing on it. So let me try and get it where wait. Okay, can you move further back, Jay, so that yeah, there you go, perfect. So you're not in my camera, I can't see you right now. But there's a sound cue, right? And the screen goes slightly black in the corners when someone's using an HP attack on you. So if you know the timing in general... Oh no. Okay, I'll have to do it with Chanteldo instead. Okay, Jay, can you try and use it on me? So, as long as you know the timing, when you see that your screen goes black, take a look at the minimap and figure out where the Tidus is relative to you, and then dodge towards that direction. So, you can see you can like see, you know the timing, and you see that your screen goes black. And when you look at your minimap, you see, oh hey, right now he's back and to the right of me. Or, well, yeah, you see that he's behind, like, you see that your screen goes gray, so you immediately look at the minimap. You know, where is this HP attack coming from, basically, is what you want to look for. And, you see that, like, he's somewhere, and then you know the timing, so you dodge towards that direction. You dodge towards him. Dodging to the side and dodging away from the attack can still get you hit, as we saw earlier, but dodging towards him will always get you out of the hit. Because you're gonna go behind where the hitbox lands. So I know that Spiral Cut gives people a lot of issues. That's how you want to do it. And actually, this trick works similarly to Jecht's Triumphant Grasp as well. Their moves are very similar in how they land, where the hitbox is in front of them. So if you dodge towards them, that's actually your best bet in how to get out of the hitbox. All right. Well, it appears that Tyler is the better dodger today. No, sorry, I didn't know that. But yeah. Jay, can you jump twice? Oh wait, sorry. Actually, jump 3 times, and when you do it, do the full jump. Or not, yeah. So, oh shoot, I did it way too late there. What I'm trying to show is the vertical hitbox on Spiral Cut. It has a really big vertical hitbox, so that's another thing you need to be worried about when you see it on someone beneath you. I don't know if you saw that explosion, how high up it went, but it covers like 2 jumps. As you can see, he was 2 full jumps above me and it still hit him. So, if you see a Tidus using Spiral Cut, in particular listening for that sound cue. The particular sound cue that he makes when he like says that voice line before when he does the attack. If you hear that voice line, and if you can quickly locate where the Tidus is on the minimap and whether or not you are above him, you want to be careful that you don't get hit by that vertical hitbox. Alright, so now I'm gonna go over how to dodge Slice and Dice, which is a lot easier. It doesn't seem quite as hard. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So, we'll go over how to dodge Slice and Dice. I'm gonna take Zidane with Solution 9 because I wanna... Oh, actually, no. Right. Tyler, can you go back to taking Sephiroth with Scintilla? Because I wanted to show that. And then, yeah, Jay, can you take Slice and Dice as Tidus? Oh, right, you don't have... That's right, never mind. Okay. No, it's fine. Alright. So yeah, first I'll go over dodging Slice and Dice, which is, in my opinion, very easy. As long as you don't... It's like... I mean, obviously, Spiral Cut, you can say the same thing. As long as you don't freak out, you can always dodge it. But, Slice and Dice comes out faster. So, the tell that you want to look for is when Tidus completes... Yeah, when he... Basically, that little circle he does before shooting forward. When you see that he's pretty much completed that, that's when you dodge. So, Jay, use it on me. Or no, I don't have it. Sorry, I'll use it on you. So, are you ready? That's the timing that you want to use to dodge away from it. Tyler, are you ready? You are not ready. I'll go back to Jay. I guess it's hard if I'm right in front of you. I'll go further back because I think this is a tell that is easier when you're further back away from them. But yeah. So now, what do you do if he's super close to you, right? So again, that's what the animation looks like. You're gonna want to dodge slightly earlier than when he completes when he gets to the bottom, basically. So I would say, like, when you see him be on the back half of that little loop he does, when he's on the side of the loop that's further away from your character, that's when you're gonna want to dodge. Exactly. That's how you dodge it if you're close. And if you're far away, you obviously have a lot more time to dodge it, because you can see the whole wind-up animation. So you can dodge it at either time, when you see him on the back half or when he's about to complete the loop. And obviously when you're farther away, it gives you more leeway to dodge late. Come on, Tyler. Yep. So, those are the two tells for his two most common HP attacks. Again, on Spiral Cut, there's that slight moment where he pauses before the debuff. That's a great question. I don't know what the debuff does. I play Tidus and I don't even care what the debuff does. Well, actually, I can look at the move list when the match ends, and I'll get back to you on that. So for now, alright, Tyler. Use Scintilla. Use his HP attack. Sorry. I didn't tell you when to do it. So use it, just use it as I'm dashing towards you. Yep. Sorry, yeah. Okay. You ready? So, what I'm showing here is that on a counter move, it doesn't work quite as well because Scintilla has an attack that comes afterwards regardless of whether he actually gets the counter or not. But if you see an opponent, if you see a Tidus dashing at you basically, and you have a counter, and you wanna get the counter hit off, you have to be really careful, because if a Tidus sees that and he predicts that you're gonna just use the counter move, he can just jump over you and then get the punish like that. It's really easy to do. You can just reactively see that the counter has ended. That time I did it. I did it before the counter, but you can just see that the counter, when the counter has ended, and then that's when you input the second half of the attack. It's something that's really easy to do on Tidus, and it fucks with people who have counter moves, because they have to be really good about it. So something that a bad Tidus will do is they'll just immediately input the attack after the jump, and in that case, you can just so Tyler, when you see the start of my jump animation, this right, just immediately put up your counter. Immediate. See, it's so easy to react to. If you know that the Tidus is just gonna stop their dodge and just immediately attack you, you can just reactively put up the counter. Easy. And that works on anyone who has a counter. It works on Earthing Eruption and Knight. I think those are the only two other counters in the game now. I think they took out for Post, that's why. So, yeah, so as a Tidus player, against counters, you're gonna want to wait on your attack. You're gonna want to, you know, as I said earlier, how he has so many options for when he does the attack that you can just wait. And then as a person who has a counter, you're gonna want to be really careful about when you use it, because it's really easy for someone to predict, or it's really easy for the Tidus to react to you using the counter and play accordingly. It doesn't work quite as well with Scintilla, but there's unfortunately no other character has a counter as their first HP attack. So yeah, that's something that I really wanted to point out with Tidus, is that you can just fuck with counters. You can just have a lot of fun messing with them. Yeah. So if I was the Tidus and so yeah, Tyler, put up your counter as soon, yeah, like similarly how as soon as you saw my jump animation start, then I would just dodge away. If it's a Scintilla in particular, because that one has the hit afterwards, regardless of if he gets the hit, just dodge away, because you don't want to, and then go for the punish afterwards. The other option is it depends on when he uses it. So Tyler, use it, yeah, like you know, use it as, like, try to react as quick as possible. So if you wait too long on it, Scintilla will still hit you. But okay, Tyler, now use it as I'm dashing towards you. Okay? Oh wait, I did it. Sorry. I needed to be further away when you started the Scintilla. But if you are further away when he uses Scintilla, that's fine. If you're further away when he uses it, you can go over his head and then attack him afterwards with the counter. As soon as you see the shield drop, input the attack, and you'll get the punish. or like how I did there. You can, yeah, like you can, if they use a counter, you can kind of just reactively use the jump to delay your attack. And this is why I hate having to use a counter against the Tidus, because it just feels like if they're good and they know what they're doing, they'll just mess with you. You know, they're just gonna make you look silly because they can fool around with it. So Tyler, now I want to do this in the air so that I can show it with his backwards one. So do Scintilla in the air. You have to jump twice though, jump twice. That one I did it too late. That wasn't what I wanted to show. But yeah, so similar how earlier I'll have to try and be quick about this. But yeah, try and use it as I'm dashing towards you, okay? So I'll start dashing from far away so that you'll have time to reactively see me dashing, do the jump, and then do Scintilla, okay? So see there, I did the attack as soon as I saw the counter drop. So yeah, this can work the same way, where if he sees you dashing, like say he was targeting someone else, right? And then he notices that someone is targeting him and dashing towards him, and he quickly switches targets to you and then puts up Scintilla because he's like, I'm gonna get this juicy counter because they're not expecting me to have a shield up. As a Tidus, you just wait. You see him put up the counter, and then you just dodge under and wait. Or dodge, or you have two options in the air, because both of his moves have that dodge component. You can either go below, or you can go above. You have two options for where you want to go. And in that way, you just, as I keep saying, it's really true though, you just fuck with them. You're just toying with them the whole time. And it honestly, as a Tidus player, it's extremely satisfying to do that. It just feels like, oh yeah, I see you put up that counter. Let me just sneak right by it real fast. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to show for Tidus. Yeah, I think that covers all of the notes that I took down for how to play him. Oh right, I'll look at the debuff real fast. Say for the debuff, slows their dash gauge recovery. That's what it does. So not the biggest debuff. Yeah, alright. That concludes the Tidus class. Oh, and obviously guys, you pronounce his name as Tidus because the Japanese name for him is Tita, so his name is Tidus. Alright. Anyone have any more questions? I would be glad to test stuff also if you guys want. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. Oh, the Jecht Shot, any tips for that? Honestly, I don't use Jecht Shot very often, but I just need either Tyler or Jay to get in the other side. I'll try so Jecht Shot, this move is a charge HP attack. What I mean by that is that the Tidus can charge up and choose when he wants to let it rip. And this is another move where, as Tidus, you can just toy with the enemy for it. So right here, I'll just read it. He strikes at the target from mid-range with 3 blitz balls, and if you charge it all the way, then he attacks them with 4 hits instead, and he becomes invulnerable during Jecht Shot. So, Jecht Shot is one of those moves. It's similar to Cross Slash in that you can wall rush an enemy, and then you can run up in front of them and start charging the attack. And what you're looking for is for them to dodge. Yeah, he becomes... I'll show it here. He becomes invulnerable until the last hit of Jecht Shot, if you charge it up all the way. Alright. Jay, you are my first pincushion. Tyler, please. So... it's kind of hard to show, but I guess I can't really show it actually because they don't have Jecht Shot, but just trust me on the fact that he's invulnerable until the last hit. You're gonna have to just trust me on that. So, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh my god. Wait, really? I'll do that next time I do a stream like this so that you guys can have the same ones as me. Oh wait, Jay, can you come over here? Or someone come over here so I can wall rush you. Oh yeah, so Tyler, that's a good idea. Try and attack me during the Jecht Shot, like when I'm doing the attack part of it. Not that, Tyler. When I'm doing the attack part of it. So when I'm kicking Jay with blitz balls. I think you have to wait a little bit longer on that. I'll do it against you while Jay attacks me. As you can see, his attacks did not land. And it wasn't just that he missed. You could, I guess, Jay, you could also try use which HP attack do you have right now? Wishing Star, right? Yeah. So I like how you used it on me to show me. So you can, yeah. So try using it on me while I'm in the fully charged one, just to prove that it will not connect. Yeah. So as you can see, he just clanked and nothing happened. So I'm not exactly sure what the range on it is. I think, yeah, if you fully charge it, it gets more range, I'm pretty sure. That was at about 1.5 circles, so let me try and be further away from him. Oh, wait. Please stop, Tyler. Let me try and not charge it all the way. Oh, it still hits. Okay. I guess I thought you get more range on it when you charge it. I could be wrong. Stop moving, Tyler. Okay, now let me try and charge it and see if it hits. Oh yeah, so yeah, you do gain range if you fully charge it. It's not much though. So yeah, now I want to go over the what I was saying earlier about how if you wall rush an enemy, you can go up to them, and then if you see them dodge, you can use the Jecht Shot, or you can then you'd release Jecht Shot because it's gonna connect. So Tyler, dodge off of the wall when you can, like that. You just reactively let go of the Jecht Shot and it connects. Similar to how you can do it with Cloud's Cross Slash. The only problem with it is that instead, if they don't dodge, so Jay, this time, just use your shield. As you can see, it has no vertical, like, if you're that close to them, it's not gonna connect with the vertical hitbox. If you go further back, it still doesn't connect. So, Jecht Shot does not have good vertical range. I mean, it's not like as if I can say that Slice and Dice has good vertical range either. But that's the downside to charging it up, is that if someone knows, they'll just shield drop, and then you're gonna miss, and they just dash away for free. So in general, you're unless you really want to style on them and you have that strong read, like you know that you're gonna be able to connect on it, or like you know that they're gonna dodge out of it, then you would wait for them to dodge and use the fully charged one. The problem is though that, okay, so Jay hit me with Wishing Star when I'm not, so I'm not gonna fully charge it, but just interrupt me with Wishing Star. It's really easy to interrupt because unlike Slice and Dice, Tidus doesn't have this big hitbox around him, right? So it's easy for that to interrupt. It's easy to interrupt in that sense from a melee character's perspective, but it's also easy to interrupt if you're a marksman, because wait, sorry, what was I saying? It's really easy to interrupt if you're a melee character because the animation is pretty long too. He goes through this three kick thing, and if as a melee character, especially an assassin, that gives you plenty of time to just dash up and then attack him, and it interrupts Jecht Shot. So that, but if you compare it to like Spiral Cut, he comes out fast, or comes out relatively fast. He goes down all the way to the ground. So if he's in the air, it'll clear him of a lot of things because he's coming down with it, and it'll get him out of the way of a lot of moves. And also Spiral Cut, as a melee character, you have to be aware, as I was saying earlier, how he has that huge hitbox in front of him when he lands and above him. So if you're dashing at him from the wrong angle, like if I used it on Jay here and Tyler was dashing at me, there's a possibility that when the Spiral Cut lands, he'll get hit. Whereas with Jecht Shot, it's only looking at this one person. It's not gonna, it's not gonna catch Tyler if he's dashing at me. Only if he somehow gets caught in the blitz balls. But that's actually really hard to do, in my opinion. It's hard to purposely get captured in those because the blitz balls are small. They don't have that big of a hitbox on them. So while Jecht Shot looks cool and like I would love to use it, it just has a lot of risks that are actually higher than his other HP attacks. Like Slice and Dice you would think it has a lot of high risk because of the fact that he can get Search HP attacked, but it also better because he doesn't get hit by melee. He's safe from melee characters. Whereas Jecht Shot, it's open to everything. It's open to Search HP attacks. It's open to Marksman Bravery Attacks, and it's open to just melee characters running up and hitting him. So, like, honestly, you can use it. It has really good it has like pretty good range because I'm pretty sure I could hit it from here. But there's that. I guess I can try and go into when to dodge it. So you see that when it's uncharged, it's always gonna come out at this timing. Like it's a slow attack, and when he's uncharged, you're gonna want to dodge it. Let's see. Pretty much when you see him raise his leg all the way up, I think. I'm pretty sure that's when you're gonna want to dodge it. So can we test that, Tyler? You ready? So when you see me raise my leg all the way up, my back leg, see the one that's gonna kick the ball? When you see it raise all the way up, yeah, dodge. So that's pretty much when you're gonna want to dodge it. I want to make sure that this works at closer range too. Yeah. So that's when you're gonna want to dodge it if it's uncharged. Obviously, the better option actually is just to dash away from him. So, Tyler, as soon as you see me start using it, just dash away from me. Okay? Oh, I guess I still caught you. Yeah, dash. Are you ready, Jay? Yeah. Like, it's if you just see that, then honestly, that'll get you out of everything. Because if you just dash straight backwards away from him, because the only way he'll hit you if you're dashing away from him is by charging it longer. But obviously, by charging it longer, you get further away from him, and therefore he can no longer hit you. So right around like this range, I believe it's safe to just dash either to the side, or if I'm charging it, just dash away, and it's like, okay, I see you're charging, and I'm just gonna run away from you, and that's fine. So that's pretty much when you would dodge it. If you know that he's not gonna charge it again, you're gonna want to dodge when the leg is fully raised. That's when you're gonna want to dodge it. Yeah. Let's see. It is possible that a Vanguard would be too slow to dash away, but we could test that. Let's have one of you be a Vanguard so we can test the dash speed works. Oh my gosh, that sound. Please stop with the sound, game, please. It hurts. Well, that's weird. Yeah, we'll make the last one. So, or I guess, I think I'm done with everything that needs two people, actually, Jay, so if you have to go, you can. Yeah, same. Spiral Cut is one of those moves where it feels hard to dodge. Thanks for helping me, Jay. Alright, Tyler, so can you choose a Vanguard? So, like... Bye, Jay. Alright. Yeah, so this time just try and dash away from me. Like, try it. Don't move closer. Just try and dash straight backwards. Okay? Oh, yep. Too slow. Alright. So, try and dash, I want to confirm that it wasn't that you had started the dash and I caught you from the range, so dash to the side this time. Yeah, so if you see that he's not going to charge it, or if you think that he's not going to charge it, just dash to the side. And this time I will charge it, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to connect, so same thing. Yeah. Yep, there's no way that I can react to the dash and catch it in time. So, the final thing that I'll show for Jecht Shot, I guess, is Alright, Tyler, let's move closer to the wall so I can wall rush you for sure. Like, yeah. Alright. Pretty much the longest you can charge it is when you see their like shoulder blades move away from the wall. The enemy can't move quite yet, but that's the longest that you can charge Jecht Shot with them on the wall, and it's still guaranteed that you're gonna get the hit. But honestly, let me confirm this actually. Oh, whoops. Okay, I actually thought that would wall rush you, but I guess not. Oh. Wait. I need to break you first again. Let's see. Uncharged. It does 160 bravery damage. So with charge, it still does 160 bravery damage. So really, there is no benefit for you charging it on the wall and then using it before they dodge off of it. There is no benefit to that. It's just you're gonna be vulnerable longer because you're sitting here charging up Jecht Shot for longer, which leaves the enemy's allies more time for them to swoop in and save their wall rushed friend. So honestly, if you're taking Jecht Shot and you wall rush the enemy, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. You wall rush the enemy, just let it rip immediately, honestly. Because it takes so long to charge up completely. I don't think that it's worth it, because unless you see that the enemy has no one close by, like everyone on the enemy team is on the opposite side of the map, and you know that you're gonna have enough time to charge it up all the way, and you know that the enemy is gonna dodge off of the wall. Like, there's a lot of things that need to come together in order for you to get the fully charged Jecht Shot off. Unless you know that all of those things will align, don't charge it up, just let it rip immediately. Yeah. That is Jecht Shot. Any other questions? Alright. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. And if you guys are interested, I'm gonna try and do a stream like this again for Kuja and eventually Zidane. Those are the two other main assassins that I play. And if I get good enough at other assassins, or other characters, I can try and do a video like this for them too. Yeah, this will be on my YouTube channel, obviously, so you guys can always look at it again in the future and review on material. Thanks for tuning in, guys.